Hello, hello, and welcome to day 8 of Building Berkshire. Yay, Brewster's here! Let's go! Well, almost. He'll be here tomorrow. Here we are on Berkshire. So yesterday I did a lot of terraforming. I didn't finish terraforming, so I think that's what I'm going to do today. I'm also going to start moving in some people. And I am surprised that that plot hasn't filled yet. I just want to check the plot really quick. Because I am so shocked that it hasn't been filled yet. Yeah, it's still empty. That is insane. I don't think I've ever had a plot take this long to fill in. That's kind of crazy. Obviously, none of these folks are staying except for Shep. So let's look at the map really quick. As you can see, I have me plus 9 villagers. I have that empty plot still. The only villager that's staying is Shep. I amiiboed him in. So everyone else is leaving. As you can see, I have built up a whole bunch of terraforming. And I'm getting the map done, which is a lot of work. Usually, I won't even record doing all the terraforming, but because this is a 30-day challenge and I want to show you what I'm doing every day, yeah. So that's where we're at today. I will definitely at least amiibo in Marty because I really want to get the pom-pom purin items available on this island and not have to rely on giving them to myself. And thankfully, the shop and Able Sisters are in their final position, and that was a lie. I will have to move all the houses, and the campsite, and the museum, but, you know, that's pretty standard when you're starting an island. And the houses that are already down, not on the beach, I don't have to move them to the beach, because the houses will be in completely different spices, so... Anyway, I just wanted to explain where we're at today, and quite frankly, I started kind of late today. I didn't feel like starting up Berkshire until I had some more time to relax after work. Like 1:13 a.m. So I only have a little bit of time to work today. But I should get some things done. Oh, yo, what up? Oh, good. Laughter. That's a really good one. Thanks, Renee. Appreciate that. Thanks, girl. Yes, indeed. I'm sad because I love Renee, but obviously she does not fit. This is not Nashire, it's Berkshire. So, yeah. Okay. I guess first things first. I have all of my amiibos for the villagers I want to move in on my desk. The next one I'm going to be moving in is Mac. But before I do that, I want to get Marty into the campsite, not to have him move on, obviously, but I want the pom-pom purin items to order. And then I might time travel forward today and get Chai in as well for the cinema roll items, because I'm definitely going to be using those on this island. Because, you know, Sanrio dogs, and they're both really cute. Especially pom-pom purin, because this island is very yellow-coated, as you can tell by my outfit. Maybe one day I'll do a video just, like, showing my amiibo cards. Because I have so many. I literally have all of them. Every single one, including the special crossover villagers from New Leaf that never came back. Which, speaking of, I think I know why they didn't do that. There's one villager that was a part of that, called Feline, who is a crossover with Monster Hunter. And obviously that's not a first-party Nintendo IP, so I'm assuming that's why the crossover villagers didn't come back, because, you know, Feline's a part of that set. But still, like, you could re-release the cards with just first-party Nintendo characters, like Callie and Marie, the Splatoon ones, and then, of course, all the Zelda ones, like Ganon and Wolf Link. Oh god, if I could have had Wolf Link on this island, I would have in a heartbeat, because you know, he's a smug wolf, and that's pretty uncommon. Let's get Mr. Marty into the campsite. I might even get his DIY too, because I'm greedy. Not that it really matters. But I will say, it's a really good way to get a bunch of DIYs at the beginning of your game, is if you amiibo in villagers. Obviously, there are ways to get amiibos now that are easier than previously. When I got my first, like the first original amiibo sets, I was trading with people on Tumblr, and like literally snail mailing cards through a trade. And I would actually go buy packs at my local Toys R Us when that still existed. Rest in peace. Let's go see Marty really quick, and then I'll probably stop live commentating and just do my thing, because I also gotta eat. Also, can I just say, it's very weird that I got Shino on Berkshire, because she's also currently on my island of Heron, and I found her on the first Mystery Island, one of the first Mystery Islands, and I'm like, I'm not even keeping her on either of them. She kind of fits on Heron, but not enough. Why, hello, baby. He's so cute. I love the pom-pom Purin shirt he has. I think I already have that DIY. Oh, I didn't. Well, thank you, Marty. Very cool of you. He does fit the color scheme, though, but he's not a dog. I just noticed that the back of his shirt has a little butthole. That's iconic. I might as well do some, like, normal daily task kind of things. I kind of want to start collecting shells because I know that some villagers are stubborn and want shell DIYs. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. I like the tree stump rug. I really wish you could put rugs outside, though. I really do. I think that was a kind of missed opportunity. But I get it at the same time. Like, you wouldn't put a rug outside in real life because it would, get all gross or whatever. I'm thinking about maybe I should pull that cliff back just a little bit so I can actually put a bridge there. Because ideally, when I make islands, I want it to be easily navigable. Like, I'm not gonna play on this island forever. Obviously, it's a 30-day challenge island, but when I'm playing on these 30 days, I want to be able to get everywhere. So I might pull this cliff back a little bit, and then put a bridge here. I think I'm going to go for brick bridges on this island, just to match the orange vibes, which, just looking at these colors of these flowers, just makes me very happy. I think that color scheme looks really nice. And I'm so glad that I got the big peninsula. I'll have to figure out what to do with that entirely. 'Cause there's a few things you could do with the big peninsula, because there's a lot of space there. I might just do a lighthouse, though. I think that makes the most sense for... Because Berkshire is a dog and wolf-only island, but it's also, like, town core, kind of. I want it to be, like, a small town kind of vibe. Not, like, a huge city, but just, like, a standard-sized town. On the higher cliffs, it's gonna be all foresty, just because it's much easier to have a whole bunch of trees. And I don't want to go crazy trying to finish this island. Hello, it is Voiceover Note, and for the rest of this day, I ran around, destroyed things, got materials, and I started inviting Mac to the campsite, so he can move on next, which is great. I'm also doing a lot of terraforming, finishing up the last little bits of it, which wasn't too much, thankfully, because I did the majority of it the previous day. But yeah, it's just a lot of filling in cliffs, and then I also do a bit of planning on where I want everyone's houses to be, which we'll get to in a couple seconds here, but generally speaking, I'll take the dark dirt path and make the size of the building into a square or rectangle, just so it's really easy to see on the map, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's where I was going to put that building. So that's something that I always do on my islands. And you can see it's just a ton of adding and taking away from the cliffs, figuring out where I want my inclines to be. I did some waterscaping as well because I wanted like a waterfall coming from the top of the island, kind of like they do in the standard maps, just because I kind of wanted that for this island. And I'm continuing on the river as well. This top area of cliff here is going to be the wolf forest, where I put all of my wolf villagers, which will be 4 of them. And I'm going to make it more naturalistic. I'm also going to include like a little camping area with the campsite. So I'm going to move the campsite as well. And I wanted to make kind of a more interesting river up top, more natural looking, and then at the bottom of the island it's just going to be a straight on just canal style neighborhood for the dogs. So here I'm making that more flowy kind of river, and it forks off, so that one river will just go straight down into the river mouth and the other one will wind a little bit more to it. And it's kind of fun watching this terraforming super fast because it takes forever and it's way more satisfying at this speed. I wish we could terraform this quickly in real life, because this the footage alone for today's episode was like 3 hours. So, and that includes all the beginning stuff as well. But yeah, it's a lot. And I also start moving buildings and stuff today, so we'll have a little bit more to look at. I also mark out my bridges and inclines with dark dirt path as well, just so I line everything up perfectly. And then here I'm editing this little area like I mentioned earlier, because I want to have a bridge going from the first level of cliff. And then I'm adding in the river again up here, and Miss Renee is just chilling. I made sure that the bridge and the incline were lined up so you go straight from the bridge, or the incline to the bridge. And then here I'm planning out bridges by putting pathways on either side of the river, and then I am putting in the villager houses and other inclines, just like planning where I want my structures to be so I can see it on the map, which is how I like to do it. That way I'm not guessing once I get to it. Plus I don't have any landmarks. I don't have any builds or trees up at the moment. I just want to plan out where everything is going to go. And then here I'm figuring out how far away the house is from there, and I eventually have to move these houses because of how that style of villager house works. It's not completely even like I thought it was, and it doesn't start where I thought it was, which is fun, but that's a future problem. For now, it's pretty much what I want. And then I'm adding in where I want to put the houses for the wolf villagers up at the top here. I want to make sure I have enough cliff behind them so I can put a bunch of trees and stuff. And then I cut out a little pathway to the secret beach as well, just because I think it looks kind of nice and it's more natural looking. And here I'm starting to put things in place. For example, the brick staircase here. And then next I'm moving the campsite on the second level of cliff. And then I started inviting in Mac more, so he can come into the island as well. Put in a bridge. I did a lot of time traveling this day, and I put in a lot of buildings into place, so it felt like a very good and productive session today. And then Shep's gonna be in his final place here, which is nice. And here is the map thus far. We have the campsite up there on the second layer of cliff. You can see where I'm putting everything in because I have it marked on the map, but I'm gonna have that villager neighborhood there. And then I replaced the bridge, the original bridge, with a brick bridge to finish off this area. And here we have Mac moving onto the island, which is very exciting. I hope you're excited for tomorrow because we have more going on for Berkshire, and I'll see you all tomorrow for that.